Welcome to Making Connections, a WMMT series on diversifying our future.
Across the country, rural areas are either enjoying broadband internet access or trying hard to get it. Often that involves waiting for one of the big national concerns to provide the service. But in Scott County, Virginia, the local phone company stepped in to fill the need. That would be the Scott County Telephone Cooperative, which brought the first internet service to the county in 1995. Through its subsidiary MountaiNet, the co-op has continued to work to keep the area connected. We went to the MountaiNet office in Gate City to find out more and talk to network engineer Josh Hill.
In the Scott County area, that began probably around 2004, and that was once we started doing the triple play services, providing voice, video, and data to nearly everyone in Scott County.
Does that involve upgrading a lot of the actual stuff on the ground, the lines and all that?
Basically what happens is it's called a DSLAM, and it's basically a DSL network access system, and it will connect out on the network, and we can only service customers out of one of those pieces of equipment for up to 9,000 feet in each direction of the equipment. And as time goes on, we've set several, we call them cabinets because that's basically what they are, is an equipment cabinet that goes out on a telephone pole somewhere, and we go out to put equipment at every 9,000 feet basically within the network, and we can service 9,000 feet out of each direction. And what happens after 9,000 feet, your speed starts to decrease a lot, and we need all that speed to be able to carry the video and the internet service out there.
How's it been received?
Very well. I know as soon as one person gets it, everybody else in that area starts calling about it. So people are wanting it. It's been said that people in rural areas need to have the same access to the internet that people in large cities have, and that's important for bringing business into the area. You have, for example, the Duffield Industrial Park, companies such as Tempur-Pedic down there that, high-speed internet is a requirement of theirs to be able to come into an area, and if they can't get that connectivity, then they're not going to be able to do the work that they need to do. So we've had a number of customers. We have a lot of customers that we've heard from that work from home for call centers like DirecTV and things like that. They're doing work from home over the internet access that we provide.
Josh Hill is a network engineer whose job involves keeping MountaiNet's internet connectivity alive and well. He took us to see some of the equipment.
This is our main server room for all the equipment that we house for the internet in Scott County. We have a site very similar to this in Johnson City, Tennessee as well. And we'll start over here. These are the equipment racks, which actually house the equipment, some of it. This is a OC48 fiber system. Controls what brings the network connectivity into our equipment here. All the yellow cables are the various fiber optic connections we have for different purposes.
Josh rather lost me in the description of all the equipment, which seemed complicated, but still pretty compact.
Connect directly into that router.
Oh, so how many customers get internet service through this room?
Thousands. I don't have an exact number, but it'd be several thousand customers.
And could it be more if you had the customers?
Absolutely. The capacity it's rated for, we're not even using probably using maybe a tenth of what it can do total. So we have room to grow.
We asked if MountaiNet feels it must keep up with the latest equipment in order to stay competitive.
That's exactly the case, because if you are too slow to adopt, then it's going, this isn't something you can just walk out, to a local store and pick up off the shelf and bring in and install. It's a couple of month process to get it ordered, to get it in, get it installed. But you have to plan for that stuff ahead of time so that you can try to make the best decision on it and spend a little bit more money up front doing it and able to use it longer that way. So,
back in the office, Josh Hill said that MountaiNet sees internet use continuing to grow in Scott County.
The demand for internet is definitely increasing. Starting in 1995, our original internet connectivity was a simple 1.5 meg internet connection, which is about what everybody has for DSL for high-speed internet today. That's what we had for the entire company at the time. And now we're to the point we have several hundred meg of internet capacity, and it just continues to grow. Every year we forecast and say what growth are we going to continue to see on this, as well as what changes are going to need to be made. So,
have you seen the internet itself making any changes in Scott County since you've got 15 years or so of looking back at this?
Absolutely. I'm still amazed. In the beginning, I was doing web page development for some customers in the region, and I look now at customers that I never would have even considered are on the internet and have a web page now, have some of the nicest little websites around for our region. It's really amazing to see how strong the internet is connected into the county. Been nice to see.
Josh Hill, network engineer at MountaiNet in Gate City, Virginia. For WMMT, I'm Rich Kirby.
Making Connections is brought to you by WMMT Mountain Community Radio. Find out more at makingconnectionsnews.org.